So what's one of the indicators of college success?
People on campus.
That's true. On campus doing what? But what about in your classroom?
Engagement.
Engagement, good.
Easy assignments.
No, we're fighting that. I'm not even gonna repeat it.
30 hands and 30 clothes.
In your classroom, that's really true, because it demonstrates engagement. What else? What's that? And what do you mean by that? Say it really loud. Open-minded and engaging in the classroom discussions with an open mind, really good. That's one of our students, you guys. Also, a visible demonstration of the successful students is who sits in front of the class. You know that, right? We always encourage students to sit in front of the class so that they have to engage. So I'm glad our students sat in the second row instead of the very back. Of course, it was probably because the back rows were full with all of our faculty and administrators and classifiers. So we're going to go quickly through the first few things on the agenda. And the first thing is I just want to announce that the Festival of Lights and Learning is coming. It's a very cool event, December the 6th, right? And it starts about 4 o'clock, goes till about 7, and it's open to our community. We take invitations to all of our K-12 district elementary schools, and they take them home to their parents. It's free to the community. We have great booths. Lewis always has a booth, and there's a lot of crafts and art and food and music, and just a really fun night. Santa Claus comes and the kids get pictures with Santa Claus. But it is a fundraiser, and the fundraising part of it is that we light up the college with strands of lights that are purchased in memory or in honor of people. And we'd really like to encourage the college to get more involved in that part of it. It's a chance, it only is $25, and it's a chance to give back to our students, because the money, most of the money that the foundation raises goes to student scholarships, and they only have 2 fundraisers. One of them is the barbecue, and one of them is the Festival of Lights and Learning. So you're going to be getting the invitation pretty soon from Chris Clark, and I hope that that you can see clear, even if you do it as a deduction, Shauna, right? They can do it as a payroll deduction and $5 of payroll, and however you want to do it, or write a check and it goes to the foundation. And the primary use of foundation dollars is for student scholarships. And I'm going to move right into the next use of foundation dollars, which is new this year. And that is that we are in the process of designing and developing and hopefully implementing a Barstow College Promise. How many of you have heard of the College Promise? National initiative. President Obama kind of got the ball rolling on it, and the theory is that a K-12 education used to be enough. 100 years ago when we started our educational system, that was enough. You could go out and get a pretty good job if you finished 12 years of school. At the very beginning, even 6 years or 8 years. But today, it's not. You need some skill beyond high school, either in the career technical area to go out and get a job right out of the first 2 years of college, or to transfer to a 4-year college and get a bachelor's degree and then maybe a master's degree or doctorate. And all the research shows that the higher you go with your education, the more your income level can rise, okay? So what we want to do, other cities and districts in our state and across the nation have implemented what they call the College Promise. And that is a promise to their high school graduates that they can go on to college. And they go on to community college, and various cities have done it differently to where they've even paid for the first 2 years of community college and then the next 2 years at a four-year college. But in California, most of the programs guarantee the first 2 years of college at the local community college. And so Barstow's in the process of planning that. We had a statewide meeting about the California Promise, and we took a team, and the team included the mayor of our city, Jeff Malin from the K-12 district, and our board president, Phil Harris, and myself. And when we came back from that meeting, everybody pretty much agreed that Barstow's a perfect place for the promise. We have one of the lowest college going rates in the state. We have a very low percentage of adults in our community who've attained bachelor's degrees or even associate's degrees. And we have a pretty low socioeconomic feeder area. So education can change all of that. And so what we want to do when we go out to the high schools is we want to be able to promise the high school graduates that they can go to college, and it doesn't matter whether they can afford it or not. In California, that's a little bit of an easy promise as far as tuition, because if you really can't afford it, you can get the BOG. But we want to be able to promise that to every student who's graduating from our feeder schools. And most colleges, most districts in the state are doing some version of that. And in Barstow, what we've already decided is that it will be a last dollar program, which means that if the students qualify for the BOG, then they get their tuition paid for by the BOG, and we just kick in for the 20% or so who do not qualify. And so the foundation has already agreed to back this. We're going to do a pilot project in the fall of 2018 with the 2017 graduates. And what we're doing right now, what we're planning is that for 100 of these graduates, first come, first serve, we're going to guarantee them that they can come to the college. And we're trying to raise the money to add a textbook scholarship with it, because for many of our students, the textbook is the crucial factor in their ability to succeed in school. Okay? So all of this is in the very beginning planning stages. We've had about 6 community meetings, and each time the group has grown to include more community leaders. We have all of our feeder high school districts involved with their board and their superintendent. We have our city manager and city mayor and city clerk and several community leaders involved in this right now, but it's going to expand even more, and I hope that some of you will join the team and help us make the Barstow Promise work. If you go to a place like Oakland, you'll see it on their buses, you'll see it in banners all over the city, the Oakland Promise. You'll see it in San Diego, you'll see it in Riverside, you'll see it all over the state, where the community and the college and the 4-year and the 2-year, the K-12 district and the 4-year colleges have joined together to make a promise like this to their graduates, to give them the hope of a future that's better than what they had thought, okay? And I know once we get them here that you guys can help them feel like college is for them, that they can be successful here and they can succeed and they can go on and do whatever they want. But a lot of our students don't even feel like it's an option, like they can even, like college is not real to them. So that's what the Promise can do, and we're hoping that over the next year and then the second year, it'll be implemented fully for all of our high school graduates. So that's what we're planning on. And I just wanted you all to be aware of it because we're going to start publicizing it more, and I didn't want it to be a surprise to any of you because you're more so confident. Okay? So with that, Stephen, you're up for accreditation.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Just quickly, there just a few items that I want to share with you. All of the standards committees have met at least once, a couple of them several times now. And so if their invitations to you are on your calendar, don't find a better date to come, show up to the meetings and help. It is so insightful, and it is helpful to the entire college, not just this one subcommittee. We have, thanks to Jessica, installed a Dropbox so the committees can have a public place to share their information and help each other write. So it is like Google Docs or other items like that, so you can have access even off campus when you're inspired to write on your standards. Soon you will see on the website under accreditation an area for the self-evaluation that's coming up, so you can get calendars, agendas, and minutes to the different committee meetings, and so you can access that off campus anytime you're at the website. Something new that kind of reared its ugly head in the last couple of weeks is the federal scorecard. We're all aware of the state scorecard. You can go to the website, click on the scorecard, and see some of our data regarding student success. Well, the feds have come up with something like that as well, and the ACCJC has assured the Department of Education that they'll be looking at schools who are falling below a benchmark, one of which we are, but it's all dependent on IPED's numbers, and so we're going to have to make sure that we understand those definitions and that we address those. So we have not fully decided on our quality-focused essay, the QFE, and I believe that this will probably be the topic or one or two of those areas of the QFE as we discuss how we are dealing with the data that we find that is accessible to anybody across the nation. So if you don't know the IPED's website, if your sister or your daughter or your son's thinking about going to college in Texas or Massachusetts or Florida, you can go to the federal website and find out all sorts of information about any college that is participating in federal financial aid. And some of that data is a little bit hinky, so we are going to have to make sure that we understand exactly what they're talking about and how to respond to it, so the ACCJC and our sister schools understand that we are addressing some of those data elements. Any questions about the self-evaluation process? It's well underway, and please participate. Thank you.
So Michelle Bond is out, and we were going to do a veterans stump the chumps, but I think, oh, great. Perfect. Okay, come on up. Jamie and Dr. Gadboy are going to at least have a little bit of a conversation with you, and then we'll do the actual stump the chumps when Michelle's back.
So in the last few months, we were approached by the VA about housing, rehab, and vocational counselor on campus. And I'm happy to announce that we will be having one shortly. And the VA is going to pay for the counselor, and they're going to work with our veteran students as well as other veterans in the community. One may want a vocational counseling or rehab counseling. Our veteran student organization advisor is Jamie, and they've had a couple of meetings, and I'll just let her give you a brief update.
The students are having a bake sale next week on the 9th, so if you want to come by between 12 and 1 in the cafeteria, they'll see you there. And they're also going to be representing the club at the Harvey House on the 9th from 6 to 9 for the troops and trains. And then they're definitely participating in, I hope, lines of learning whatever we can help out in this semester, as far as I know.
Trips and Trains is an event, that's a community event held by the Chamber of Commerce. And as veterans as well as other student groups, actually, it's our athletes are going to help with that event. The event honors the troops that gathered in the Boston area and went off on trains during, I understand, World War II. So it's going to be an exciting event. It's next Wednesday at 6 o'clock in Party House. And if anyone wants to help hang a flag, they can show up over there at 4 o'clock on Monday. We need some tall, strong people. Great. Okay, now for the.
We want to say another.
They can make some of
Who doesn't have play? You don't play. Okay, does everybody have a piece of play? No? So. Okay, you guys?
Yeah, we'll take one. Here's your tools. All right. Tool. Sure looks like a brownie.
Okay, I'd like your full attention. I'm going to take us through some simple steps. Your creative identity is not on the line here. All right, everybody touches play or blank piece of paper. Oh my God, my third grade. This is pre-kindergarten stuff. There's no grades, there's no competition, there's only you and mud. That's it. Don't look at what the person is doing next to you and start saying, oh, how do you so bad? No point in any of that. I think, let's get really religious. I think Jesus said that to enter the kingdom of heaven, one has to be like a little child. Right? That means you have to know nothing. Right? You have to be ignorant, innocent, before the fall, which is our educational system. Right? Right? Before we knew anything and everything was wonderful and everything was fun and everything was excellent. That's really what art is for. It's to make us imbeciles. All right? Children. Back to the beginning. So just follow my instructions and I'll come around and guide you as we go through this. We'll learn a little bit about anatomy. We'll make something that's actually useful. So you have to do that. So you can open your bag of clay and make a round ball of clay about the size of a golf ball. Open your bag of clay and make a round ball of clay about the size of a golf ball.
That wouldn't be a size of a golf
ball. Then you have to use a little less. So that would be a big golf ball. So about like so, a giant marble. Okay.
Ooh, that looks
Okay, when you have a nice round ball, just hold it up like that. So I can see that you have it, but you know I'm not going to ask you to throw it into your
Oh.
If you want to do that, you have to take our ceramics class. That's what we do with ceramics class. Okay, is everybody, oh, look, that's fantastic. You guys are really talented. Everybody has a round ball. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the table. I'm going to gently roll it out into a foil. I'll see what it looks like when it's done, more or less. Now, don't worry if it's not round. Sometimes it's just a little square. Now, try to make it a little tapered on one end.
Oh, that's
Okay, like so. That's okay, that's, you know, about this big, this long, a little tapered on one end, a little fat on the other end. If you put that gentle pressure there, sometimes things get flat. So you get really good there. That's great for the long. That's a little bit long.
Yeah, mine's small.
Yeah, you're just.
I can fix that. I can fix it. I love that. Too long?
All right, so we have this little thing here, all right? These are gonna look strange, a little bit weird. I just want you to kind of, on the narrow end, kind of just turn it up a little bit. I'll show you what it looks like. Now you can adjust your length and so on, all right? You want it to look like, as much like that. Turn it up a little bit. If yours is really long or small, you can snip some off.
0.2.
Good.
When it's dry, once it gets dry.
Good. How are we doing over here? You want to- How are we doing here?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Now I'm going to teach everybody's got, some of you notice this looks a little like a finger. All right. People think that art, creativity, sculpture, drawing is a very complicated thing. It really isn't. It's all about measuring and looking at relationships. This is kind of complicated. If you want to make something that looks like something that's real, you look at it, and you measure it, and you copy it. I think Michelangelo said that the best artist is one of the best at copying really is simple, we like making it magical because then we feel special. If I can make something look really good and you can't, or anything better than you. We like to keep it that way so that you don't compete with me. We don't like to do that. So we're going to make a finger, right? So if you look at your fingers, look at your fingers, and everybody lift up their middle finger.
Yeah.
Anybody of your fingers, look at your fingers on the palm side. And you'll notice that your finger is divided into 3 equal sections. Yeah, simple. 3 equal sections. So, if I take this finger, and remember I turned the tip up. That's the top of the finger. The bottom of the finger, I look at the bottom, and I divide this into 3 equal sections, and I simply make a little crease, and I'll bring this around to show you. A little crease on the bottom to divide it into 3 equal sections. I'll just take the edge of my little popsicle stick and how do you do it? Good.
I've always looked at the bigger thing. And now I think
How we doing? What are you doing? The bottom. The bottom. All right, good. So everybody has the bottom of their finger, right? Bottom of the finger, top of the finger is where it's turned up, right? Now, if you look at the top side of your finger, you'll notice that wherever you made this group on the bottom side of your finger, you turn it over, you'll see that's where your 2 knuckles are. All right, so wherever you make those 2 lines on the bottom, go to the top part of your finger, and just make a couple of little scratches where the knuckles are. Now, if we're making a really good finger, we have this, just make a few scratches where the knuckles are. So, one more step, right? And then look at the area that we turned up. Remember this little area that we turned up? Okay, I'm going to come around and show you how to do this to each of you, okay, first. That's where our fingernails are. So, I'm going to take my tool here.
yeah.
Good. Good creative. Wow. I know. It's really
Mine's all bent, but I have arthritis.
All It worked. Let's figure it Okay, so now you guys know how to make a finger. You can also, bend this if you want to with the knuckles or whatever. I just wanted to show you how easy, and this is a really useful thing, all right? Because if you're a teacher, right, you can use it to point things out to your students, right? If you're a student, you can scratch your head while the teacher is pointing things out to you. You can use it to clean your ears or your nose. Like this. I especially like to have a bunch of these when I drive into LA. So if somebody honks at me, I can throw the finger and give them the finger, put it in their car. But I quickly let it. And since today's the Day of the Dead, you can put it on your Day of the Dead. Every Halloween, our family sits down and makes fingers and red. So you never thought art was useful in any way whatsoever. All right? You can keep the rest of the play. If you're interested, you can learn how to sculpt the whole body the same way. Oh yes, the art show. If you want to have a student art show, there will probably not be any fingers in it. November 16th, 5:30 to 7:30. Please come, bring your class, bring your relatives, everything. Thank you for letting me,
Giving us all the fingers.
Before I let Shauna go back to the office to give the finger, there are a few kudos that were left behind. You remember that the box is on the front counter in instruction with some forms. You can fill out, drop it in there anytime that you see someone on campus doing something with a kudo. Whether it's something simple or something more complex. I have a couple here today. This is from Mandy Mandels over at CTE working with Foster Kinship Care. I'd like to give kudos to Evelyn Hawes for being such an excellent employee with Barcelona Community College. She was very welcoming and exceptionally helpful. Today I took my picture for the BCC Hall of Fame of administrators, staff, and faculty. Evelyn is truly amazing.
Yay!
For those who serve over in the art, I conquered all the loads of work throughout the semester, but especially during registration. Thank you for everything you do. You are both greatly appreciated. This is from Jamie.
Yeah.
This one goes to Samara, transitioning back and forth to Transfer Center Renee and I, and for always helping with a smile. You are thorough, helpful, and kind. Thank you for everything you do. Also from Jamie. And this is, yes. This goes to Amy Ross and the cast and crew. Everything in the garden, which took place right in this very room, was so good. Congratulations to Amy, cast and crew.
Yay!
Okay, so, just to end it, today, and it would have gone a little bit longer if we did the stump and chumps, but I'm going to be delayed till another meeting. But we're looking for things like what Lewis just did, fun, creative, just participatory. So faculty, we're really counting on you. Classified, we're really counting on you because the manager told me they have no count. So students too, the students are talking about doing something.
Okay, can I make an announcement about early heritage writing contest, please? Today is the first day that everybody can submit to the contest. It's all online submissions. If you go to the website, you can have the submission form, and please encourage your students to enter their poetry, their fiction, their nonfiction for the Debbie Heritage Writing Contest. And the submission stays open until February 22nd. The but today is the first day for admissions, for submissions, so please submit.
And this isn't really a part of it.
Yes.
What you say?
Don't forget to donate to it.
Yes, donations.
Yes.
Happily accepted.
You'll notice while people are talking, there are people playing in the place. All right? But it should show, and specific research shows that if you want your students to concentrate, it's good for them to have their hands. People who live, who hold beads, who may play things or do things, it helps concentration. It's always been my wish that the American government and the Congress would sit down and play with clay while having a decision, and things would go much more smooth. So if you want some clay, we have it at the ceramics building, and make it part of the materials you need for your classes.
So what do we have to do with the tables? We need to take them down and does anybody know? Ever know?
At least we could probably put the chairs back and they could come wipe down and play
Okay,
at the tables.
okay, so if everybody could help put the chairs back like we